Hello crocheters, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. I'm so glad you found my channel. In today's project we are working on a day to evening poncho, and this is more summery, very lightweight, very airy, open weave. And to achieve that look I am using Yarn Bee yarn called Glint of Glam in pink. It's a number 3 weight. And this particular yarn is perfect for the day to evening look I'm going for, because it's got this little hint of silver. It's got a silver thread, a tiny silver thread running all the way through it. So that's absolutely perfect for the look I'm going for here. So we are also using a number I hook, or a 5.5 millimeter. And you do want to work with a very loose tension for this in order to get that really open weave that we're going for. Okay, so let's get started. And we're going to start with a chain of 80. I've already worked up 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Now we are going to form a ring by attaching to the first chain, and in order to do that correctly we need to unwind or unfurl this chain, because it will twist on you. The longer that you make it, it will twist, so you need to untwist it by running your fingers along the chain. Make sure the chain is facing toward you, all in the same direction. It can get a little bit tricky. And there's that first chain. So now we are going to slip stitch into that first chain. And chain 1 to lock it in. Get that tail out of the way. Now we're going to do a single crochet. That tail is still in my way. A single crochet into the same space. And then we will single crochet in each chain all the way across for 80 single crochets. Okay, now if you still need help with these beginning stitches, the chain, the single crochet, we are also going to be working with double crochets. I'm going to leave a little white box up at the top that you can click to open up. It will take you to my beginner tutorials where you can learn all of these starter stitches. These are all very basic stitches that we're working with. The only tricky part is getting into the chain. And you want to be real consistent here. Okay, so go under the 2 strands that form the chain. Because people often ask, well, do I go under 1 strand or 2? Well, the important thing is to be consistent. And I'm having a little bit of trouble here, but this is what you will be doing, just working a single crochet into each chain. So just keep going. Okay, we've come to the end of that first row, and we slip stitched into the first single crochet. That's where we're at now. Now we are going to chain 1, and we are going to work a double crochet into the same space. Then chain 5. And then another double crochet in the same space. And that forms your first corner. Now chain 5. We are going to skip 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Enter a single crochet into the next space. Chain 5 again. skip the next 3 spaces, enter another single crochet in the next space, chain 5, skip 3, single crochet in the next, chain 5. Okay, before we continue, let's see where we're at here. We've got 1, 2, 3 open spaces, and we need to create 5 open spaces. So let's keep going. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, enter the single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. Okay, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th space that we are about to form. So now we are going to skip 3 and enter a double crochet into the next space, chain 5, double crochet in the same space, okay, now let's see what we've done here. We've created another corner, and the goal here is to create 4 corners. Okay, so here's the first corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open spaces. And then we did the second corner with the 2 double crochets and the chain 5 in between. Now we're going to continue all the way around. Okay, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skip 3, 1, 2, 3, then the single in the next space. There we go. 3, 4, 5 chains, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 are skipped, single in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, single in the next. Now let's see where we're at. We need 5 spaces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are about to create the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that's where we enter the next corner. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the next, chain 5, double crochet in the same space, and we've created the next corner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. Continue again until we get to the next corner, and then we'll come back and finish it off for this row. Now the crucial thing before you even started this was to make sure that that beginning row, that row 1 of single crochets, was laying all in the same direction. It didn't get twisted anywhere. If you got twisted somewhere, you need to stop and start all over again. You cannot have this twisted. That will absolutely destroy the entire project. Okay, so be careful with that. Now, just to let you know, this particular design will let you create pretty much any size from an extra small to a large with this starting chain of 80, because as we are going row after row after row, it is increasing pretty much all on its own. You'll see when we get to the next row that it will increase each row so that you can control where you want to stop it. So once you get to, you know, throw this over your head and you will know if it's long enough and wide enough for you. And then if you need it larger, just keep going. It's that simple. Once you learn this first row, we're going to do the exact same thing for the entire poncho. So you can control how wide and how long you want it. So let's keep going. Okay, we've come to the end of row 2. And we're about to create our 5th space. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll be number 5. You would have ended with 3 chains. So now we are going to, you formed that last chain 5. So now we are going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet that you created. Slip stitch. And now slip stitch into that first chain 5 space. That's just to position you into the center of the space. Chain 1. Now let's do a corner with the double crochets. Chain 5. Another double crochet in the same space. Chain 5. Now we're going to do our single crochet in the center of the next space, the large opening. Single crochet, chain 5, single crochet into the center of the next opening, chain 5, and repeat until you get to the next corner. Whoops. Chain 5. Now we're at the next corner. So now we will do another corner with a double crochet, chain 5, and another double crochet in the same space. And that is the pattern. Single crochet in the next space, I should say in the next opening, that big opening. That's it, just keep going all the way around. Okay, so do your single crochets in the spaces, and then the 2 double crochets with the chain 5 in between when you get to the corner, and just repeat. And that's actually the pattern for the entire poncho. Right, when you are done with that row 3, end it the same way that you did for row 2, where you slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, slip stitch into the space, chain 1, and then the 2 double crochets, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another double crochet, and you formed your corner, chain 5, and enter the single crochets in the spaces. Now what I wanted to show you was, if you'll notice on row 3, okay, so row 2 you had the 5 spaces. After the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now on the next row, you will have extra space, another space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then your corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the corner. Okay, so this is how you are growing the poncho. How the poncho is getting larger and larger. With each row, you will have an additional space. And that's it. That's the pattern. Keep it going. All right, when you get to the last row, the way you're going to finish this off is you will enter the hook for your slip stitch when you get back to that first double crochet of the row. Do your slip stitch and then a chain 1 or 2. I like to do 2 chains at the end. Cut off the yarn and then just pull on that strand to tighten and make a knot. Now, a lot of people don't like knots on their projects, but I don't know, I feel more secure with knots. And then go ahead and weave in that tail along the post and tie it off. That's how you finish it. For the fringe, I used 8-inch strands. I use an object that is about 4 inches long. This happens to be an old little phone book. And you just grab the yarn and wind it around again and again and again and again. Okay, and then you cut from the bottom. And I used 3 strands for this project, for this poncho. 3 seems to be perfect. Okay, so now you take your 3 strands, you fold them over in half. You take your hook. I entered my fringe in each 5 chain space all the way around. Okay, insert the hook in the space. Insert it through the strands. Pull through. Make a nice wide loop. Grab all the strands, pull through. And if you tighten it gently, it creates a knot. And then just scooch this around if you need to center it. And that's it. Super simple. So just do that in each 5-strand space all the way around. I wanted to mention also, just as a little tidbit of information, when you are using the yarn from your skein, when you know you're going to be doing fringe, make sure you work the project from the inside. Pull the yarn from the middle so that the yarn on the outside is what you will have available for your fringe, because that will be straight. Sometimes the yarn from the inside is all squished up and might curl up a little bit. It might not be as straight as the yarn on the outside. Just a little bit of advice. Okay, enjoy.